GM everyone, welcome to another episode of Investing Analysis. Let's get into it. First of all, BTC had its monthly close and it closed green as well the quarter close, right? So we have the Q1 and now it's the beginning of Q2. It was surprising for some of your retail gurus that this closed its monthly candle green because they were comparing this price action with something that we had experienced in 2018, right? So there we had six straight consecutive negative green candles, and after which price experienced a massive bull market or the beginning of those higher prices, right? So this green candle of current month was extremely surprising for some of your retail gurus. But believe me, fractals or the patterns do not repeat. You should keep a strict eye on price action, and that's all you need to know because price action is enough for you, right? So currently BTC will range inside this candle range, but more on that later. Let's get into the shorter term stuff first. The bond yields are declining now aggressively, and money flow is entering your crypto market, and the evidence is present on your charts, right? Gold is basically showing momentum at this specific area, but unless you don't see a full retracement or full nuke from this oil piece of shit, don't expect gold to go above 5,000, right? 5,000 can be maximum it goes in the near term, but unless this oil is bullish, this oil does not retraces completely, it's this move, won't expect gold to go above 5,000, right? 5,000 can be a potential target for the near term, but above that it seems difficult unless this oil is bullish and we have some geopolitical uh, crisis as well. Ethereum again leading BTC, which is generally not a good sign for the market. And Ethereum looking suspicious for me as well at this specific moment. We have some untested highs as well, the clusters of liquidations above current price till 2200. On the liquidation maps, you can see the evidence. So for the very shorter term, scalp long on Ethereum can give you a good RR to target 2200 because there it lies a lot of liquidity to take out, right? First of all, Ethereum is on its value area high. It's trying to break it, and if successfully breaks it, you can have a scalp long towards these areas on lower time frames, right? This seems to be a potential target for the very short term, right? Before it uh, chops back inside this value area, right? Specifically for BTC, on the very shorter term, we do have some long trade ideas. We'll be looking for short trades if it fails to hold this monthly open. That would be the only criteria to short it. Otherwise, it's looking bullish. It's showing strength for the shorter term. And for the shorter term, the longer trade would be a breakout trade opportunity. If it successfully breaks above this recent high 69,300 and shows you some strength at this specific high, you can open your long trade with SL below this breakout level, and you can target the value area high of daily value range, right? This can be a potential long setup, a breakout setup for you for Bitcoin in the very shorter term. For the short trade, you should focus on this monthly open level unless and until it's above its area. And this area, do not short this piece of shit, right? If it gets below it and fails to hold, starts making lower lows and lower highs in 5 minute or 1 minute time frame, then you can see some short opportunities towards these imbalance or 5 minute gap, right? Well, for the moment, I'll be focusing on this long trade opportunities, scalp long, right? On BTC as well Ethereum. Let's get into the on-chain data for the medium-term analysis. Our medium-term bias is very clear for BTC, and that's the GLI fair value gap above the current price till 80,000 for the mid-term, right? But as I say each and every time, to lower your fucking expectations because the price action towards this specific GLI fair value gap would be something like this, right? So that's why we do our analysis, investing analysis each and every day to not miss any opportunity in market, right? So this on-chain indicator, uh, distressed inflow pressure rate index, this just indicated a bottom signal, but we can see this indicator is identical for medium term investing analysis, right? It's not nothing to do with your shorter term stuff. Whenever this indicator gives you a bottom signal, then we had some sort of nukes and then continuation higher. That's why I say you to lower your fucking expectations. We are going higher, but the path would be something like this, to nuke everybody as much possible in the midterm and then continue it higher. As for Google trend, you can see we have buy crypto or buy Bitcoin at its lows, right? Want to see it go more lower toward these area? That would be your bottom confirmation for this rally. Well, Bitcoin inter-exchange flow pulse just shifted bullish. Wanted to share this indicator with you because we had discussed this on-chain metrics in one of our investing analysis, right? So it shifted bullish. Nice to see. Liquidation maps, nothing specifically for BTC, but we have some clusters of liquidation for Ethereum. As for BTC, we have symmetrical uh, possible 7-day as well 30-day. On each of those time frame, we have symmetrical, identical those liquidation clusters. Won't make any bias on this, right? So that's enough for today, I think. So focus on scalp longs for the shorter term stuff. And if it loses this monthly open level for Bitcoin, then you can see some short opportunities to target this 5-minute gap from yesterday, right? So for at the moment, focus on price action, breaks above this resistance, long it with SL properly below the low, right? This would be my long setup. If it breaks this resistance, this would be my continuation long breakout trade. So I guess that's enough for today. Make sure to trade with proper risk management and do your proper analysis and research before entering any trade. Thanks for watching.